I, M28, broke up with my ex-fiancée, F27, of 4 years 2 weeks ago after catching her in a huge lie and then finding out 3 days ago that she committed because I wouldn't take her back. I am in need of some serious advice as I'm being blamed for everything. Hey guys. I need some serious advice as I'm pretty much being cornered by basically everyone and I really don't know what else to do as my mental state is declining and I'm left wondering if it's really all my fault. A little background. Me and my ex-fiancée had been together for almost 6 years and engaged for 4 out of those 6 years. I was introduced to her by a close friend at a party and we just clicked. She was attractive, had a great personality and had similar hobbies as me, which made it perfect. Back in April of this year I started noticing little changes in her. She started wearing more revealing clothes to work, started putting more makeup and etc. TBH, I had no problem with any of that stuff as it's her body. She can wear whatever and put however much makeup she wanted to, but what made things worse for me was when she started coming home late from work, or how instead of spending the weekend off with me, we both had weekends off from work, she instead was always going out. I once had asked her why she never invited me to come out with her, to which she replied that it's only girls' night out and that her other friends would not be happy if I tagged along as they were not bringing their own BF with them. It all came crashing down when me and her had a huge fight in June because she decided that instead of going out on a date with me, she told me how she already had made plans with her friends and that it was rude of her to cancel. That was it for me. I blew up at her and we had huge fight, which resulted in her packing her bags and leaving. I didn't hear from her for almost a week. None of her friends knew where she was and heck none of her folks even knew what was going on until she finally contacted me and wanted to talk. Imagine my surprise when she confessed to me that there was another guy involved and how all this time she was hanging out with him when all this time she was lying to me about hanging with her friends. I blew up. I wanted nothing to do with her and was going to break up with her until she got on her knees and begged me to give her a second chance, which my dumbass self did, but only after she revealed everything to me, and she did. It made me sick to my stomach, but in the end I forgave her and told her to delete all contact with the other guy and that I expect her to have no contact with him going forward, which she promised, and things kinda went back to before. Heck, we were even spending more time together, but that feeling, that trust wasn't there anymore. Everything was kinda okay until 2 weeks ago a friend of mine who was visiting another city, which was 3 hours from where I lived, sent me a picture with the message, "Sorry bro, that broke my already broken heart into a billion of little pieces." The picture was of my ex-fiancée at a mall 3 hours away from where we lived, holding hands with some stranger who I didn't know. I broke down. I was heartbroken. She was a bitch, a piece of shit, especially since I thought she was at work while in reality she was 3 hours away holding hands with her lover. When I got home from work I waited for her and right away confronted her, which she denied and called me a psycho for not believing her and that I was a piece of shit for not trusting her until I showed her the picture that my friend sent me. Her face told me everything, and when the waterworks started I knew that I had made a huge mistake in taking her back, so I ended it. She cried and begged me to think it over and not to throw away everything that we have together, which made me angry, and I'm not going to lie, but I slapped her. I was not proud, I'm still not, but she saying shit like not to throw away everything when it was her who threw away everything pissed me off. I told her to pack her shit and leave, called her parents and mine and told them everything. Her parents came to help her and I told them to basically F off after they told me to think it over and to make the right decision before actually ending it. She begged me not to end things, but I did, had to for my own peace of mind. I did not hear from her or her parents until 3 days ago when my parents called me to let know that ex-fiancée had committed st. Her parents found her hanging and she had left a letter apologizing to everyone including my parents and me, and how she is sorry from the bottom of her heart for what she did to me and that how she can't live without me and because of that she ended it. I am at a lose. Ex-fiancée friends and family are blaming me and my own mother told me that it was my fault. She told me that I should have forgiven her since I'm clearly worth committing over. I am disgusted. I have currently taken some time off from work and have not a single clue what to do. You took her back. You forgave her. She lied again and turned it on you, holding past transgressions over her. If it weren't for that picture she would have kept lying. She was actively trying to manipulate you into thinking you were wrong and she was the victim. I think she realized she lost you for good and it drove her to do what she did. Her parents are grief-stricken. They want to blame anyone for this. In the end their daughter had mental health issues. Your mother. Being a mother. Feels their pain and also for some reason I don't understand wants to blame someone. I'm sorry for your loss. Ex or not, this woman meant something to you. Talk to the friend who gave you the heads up. Seems like he was the only one who really wanted what is best for you. If need be, seek therapy just to sort through everything. This is hugely traumatic for you. You even feel remorse for slapping her in a moment of complete betrayal. You have no reason to own Hurst. You owned up to emotions overtaking you and hitting her. You have nothing else to own up to. I wish you the absolute best in this difficult time. Just so you know, it wasn't your fault that she committed. You just did what any person would do when faced with a cheater. She ended her own life with her own hands, and I think her friends and family need to realize that. They most likely will after the grief has passed. If need be, please seek therapy because I can only imagine the grief and shock you're in right now. If you start to feel alone and you need a friend, just shoot me a message. I know I'm basically a stranger, but sometimes just talking to someone gets you through another day. Listen here, buddy. Even ignoring the fact that it was her who threw your relationship out the window the moment she decided to cheat on you, never ever let anyone blame you for something she decided to do on her own free will. We're all responsible for our own actions. How we choose to react based on what people do or say is 100% on us, not on them. Every single person blaming you for something like someone else taking their own life is the biggest piece of human garbage, and you should immediately cut contact with those fing scumbags. And your mom is the biggest piece of shit of them all. How the F does she dare to blame her own child for someone else having taken their own life? How in the name of everything that is holy could she fathom making you carry such a massive psychological burden? That's genuinely one of the most immoral things a parent could possibly do to their own children. I, am 28, is about to propose to my GF, 28F, of 7 years, but then I discovered something. Need advice. We've been together for 7 years, and we've been really happy together. She's sweet, loving, and caring. She's already been close to my family, and me to hers. We are really connected to each other, same passion, same likes and dislikes, we frequently travel together and all. We rarely fight, and when we do, we resolve issues quickly. It's like a perfect relationship. We've been steady, we're genuinely happy in love. Just when I was already contemplating on proposing to her, I felt like she's gone cold for the past month. Just this Valentine's, we were on top of the world surprising one another with gifts and sweet nothings. But the following weeks felt different. Her I love yous weren't as enthusiastic. The way she talks and communicates with me feels different. She easily gets upset over trivial things. She seems to be a different person all of a sudden. I actually asked her what's wrong, but she assures me everything is okay and something is just bugging her. I asked again, but it seems she doesn't want to open up. She assures me though that she loves me very much. Then, just recently, like 4 days back, I was reminded that she has a spare phone just sitting on my drawer. Phone was dead and was not used for almost a year. So I grabbed on a charger, booted it up. And it so happened that her Google account is still logged in on the device. Curious, I went to see what she's been up to lately, then I discovered her recent searches/history in Google and YouTube. I was shocked and I don't know how to react. The searches go like this. I cheated on him. I cheated on him many times. I cheated, should we break up? Breaking up a long-term relationship. And so on. The searches were dated February 15th onwards. Almost every day she looks on the same searches and other related topics. I am devastated discovering this. I cannot eat, I cannot sleep. But I haven't confronted her about this. What should I do? Do I need to confront her? We are currently far apart now due to work, but we will be seeing each other next week. I am confused, I am in shock, I can't react. Please help. Update, I, am 28, is about to propose to my GF, 28F, of 7 years, but then I discovered something. Need advice. Hello guys. I'm providing an update to my earlier post. I don't think there is a need for me to see her again next week. So here's what happened. She texted me she got home and about to sleep at 11:44 p.m., she's closing deals in another city and has to rent a place. I tried to FaceTime her 11:51 p.m. just to say goodnight, she didn't pick up. I tried messaging her but no response. Remember that spare phone that's with me where her Google account is logged in? I browsed on her activity history quickly to find out what she's up to, and was surprised there's a Google Assistant command recorded at 11:48 p.m. I played and listened. There's her voice and a voice of another guy. They were goofing around at the Google Home device. So yeah. I confronted her and barraged her with a lot of messages. She only replied at around 1 a.m. She kept on denying she's cheating. Then I laid all the evidences, all the screen caps and even the audio clip recording from the Google Assistant. She finally admitted. I am single,